Polaris Primetime, and it premieres tomorrow. The weekly 1-hour playthrough show is co-hosted by actor and musician Jimmy Wong, who joins us now from Los Angeles. Jimmy, thanks so much for being here with us. Okay, what can viewers expect from this new variety show?
Well, it's exactly what you said. It's a variety show. In fact, I've been comparing it a lot to Saturday Night Live because one of the big aspects of the show is we play a lot of games on the couch, as you guys may have seen in the trailer right before this. But we also screen digital shorts, so skits, comedic bits that we film beforehand. They're all incorporated into the show, whether it relates to the game we're playing on that day's episode, or we're just, hanging out and just doing something that's gaming related on that same sort of tangent. So you can see there, the little bits there that look like they're not in the studio are all of the little bits and shorts that we do. Another big part of the show is we have a lot of special guests and awesome people that come onto the show. For instance, Karl Anthony Towns, who is the first pick for the Minnesota Timberwolves in the NBA draft, was on the show, as well as Nolan Gould, who will be in the first episode. He plays Lucas on Modern Family. So lots of guests from both the YouTube and the offline world of TV, and all combined together to play video games, have a blast, and hopefully create a show that's really fun to watch.
This seems like a big validation for esports when you have Disney coming along and sponsoring a show, putting this on. From your perspective, what does it mean to be on Disney's platform to be doing this?
Well, for one, obviously it's an honor. Disney is an incredibly successful company by almost every single metric you can put it up against. They're this awesome global company. They've done so much great stuff over the years, and they finally are jumping into the gaming space, which to me, it seems like a long time coming. But of course, it's also a very difficult realm to jump into, right? Gamers are notoriously some of the most judgmental and toxic communities on the internet and in just general. So it's hard to find that right balance where you're making something that appeals to the gamer crowd that is also genuine and reflects correctly upon what gaming is all about.
All right, so how are you going to do that, given that, as you said, the gaming community is very passionate, they are also very specific, they'll come at you if you say something wrong, and being under, Mouse House, they tend to be a little bit more vanilla than the other platforms out there. So in your role as the co-host, how are you going to balance those two audiences?
It's kind of crazy, right? Because you're bringing on an NBA player, a guy from one of the biggest TV shows on the planet, and part of you is hoping, I really hope they actually enjoy to play video games, because, it's sort of like when you watch someone dribble a basketball 3 times, you know if they're a basketball player or not. And it's kind of the same for gaming, right? You give someone a controller, if they're looking at it strangely, it's not a good look. But, very fortunately, gaming is just this thing that has penetrated society from top to bottom, and especially in the generation that I am. I'm 30 years old, but the people we're bringing on the show are anywhere from 20 to 16 all the way up to 35, but everyone is familiar with gaming because it's such a big part of the society that we're in now. And nerd culture, geek culture, the footage we're showing is from my cooking show, Feast of Fiction. All of these worlds have really combined to be, something that everyone shares in common, I think. And fortunately for us, we have had some awesome guests on the show, and they're all very passionate about games, and it really reflects in how they perform on the show as well. And as a result, I think we've created something that is really genuine and hopefully a lot of fun for people to watch.
Jimmy, you of course have a ton of experience with YouTube and with your YouTube channel. How are you bringing what you've learned, essentially being a YouTube star, to traditional TV, especially as traditional TV companies are increasingly looking for ways to kind of meld those two worlds?
Yeah, it's interesting because, YouTube started off as this, it was almost like counterculture in a way to TV, where it was like, look, we're going to just make something and upload it. It doesn't need to be so polished and all that stuff. And that's the beauty of it, right? A video of someone going like this is going to get more views than, something on late night or something just on a regular cable channel, because this is a lot more personal. Someone vlogging to themselves, someone showing what their lives are about, and really sharing themselves with the internet and the world in a really open and honest way that's not scripted or anything. And when you make the move to TV, it almost seems like you're betraying a part of that, because all of a sudden you're in the scripted world. You've got 20 cameras facing you. But I think the essence of what Disney's trying to do here, and what they've done really well, is really focus on the people and the community that's built around those people that we bring on the show. We bring on a lot of YouTubers, Joey Graceffa, Anthony Padilla, Swoozy, Alex Wasabi. They were all guests on the show. And these are people that have fostered incredibly genuine and connected communities. And because they're able to vlog their experiences on set, in fact, it's highly encouraged for them because it helps promote the show. And everyone backstage and everyone behind the scenes too is also a part of this experience, witnessing it with them, vlogging it with them. I think what Disney tried to do here, and what the executive producer Kevin Williams did really well, is combined the genuine nature of what makes YouTube great and what makes it so personable, into a larger format, because they're not trying to pull any punches here. They want this to feel like a transition from a normal YouTuber could do this in their living room, and they can do it on set as well, but they're not losing that genuineness along the way. And that was a big part of the show. You'll see in the background of a lot of the shots, you know, people walking around with cameras, and they're all influencers. They're people that go to VidCon, people that are really passionate about making videos. And you put them in the same room with everyone together, and you're gonna get a little bit of magic, because you have a lot of very passionate people behind the scenes. You've got a DJ that has, you know, was just discovered on SoundCloud, has barely any followers, but is one of the most talented people I've ever seen. And we're just hanging around, and we all know each other from prior experiences too, and prior, you know, I've been around the YouTube for 7 years now. And I've known everyone that's popped up, and it's been a great way to sort of transition the two.
All right,
you
Jimmy.
certainly serve as a star, as an example of that. Thank
you so much for joining us this afternoon. That's Jimmy Wong, co-host of the upcoming variety show Polaris Primetime, which premieres tomorrow at 9 p.m.
A well-spoken man. Explain. All right, closing bell right now happening.